Yeah, hi all. Good morning. Is my voice audible clearly?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay, fine. So, shall we start before proceeding? Any question? Anyone? Any issue you're facing in audio or are able to see my screen? Everything is fine, right? And those who are not speaking, please humble request go on mute. Okay, fine then. So I think we should start now. Uh, Fine. As far as my introduction is concerned, I am Mohammad Tanveer Khan. I have close to 11 years of experience in IT industry, working for different clients such as Citibank, Infosys, Fidelity. So overall, I have worked on data space, SQL, Python, Unix. These are my core skills. So that's all from mind. And I have received the introduction part. Many of you have shared, and thanks a lot for that. So what I understood from those introduction is many of you are new to SQL world. You want to understand it from scratch, and you want to implement in your project. Some of you want to crack in interviews, and few of you are working in project and you are struggling there. So overall, so fine. So these all are the topics in a scope. Hope it is visible. So these are the topics in a scope. We will be covering these topics during our SQL journey. Okay. And if you think anything is missing, you can let me know. And how the session proceeds is we will be getting recording on a daily basis and then assignments like you can see in other batches how we proceed is we will share with you assignment on a daily basis. Okay. And then the classroom notes. This is like hands-on notes is there. We will share the classroom notes on a daily basis, what all we have done in the class. Okay. And the recording. So this is the flow we used to proceed. And then this is the topics in scope. So any question so far? That's fine. Okay. So let's start then. So first of all, any idea why we need SQL? Anyone? And guys, I want the session to be interactive. Ask questions. Whatever question is coming into your mind, don't think it is a silly question or whatever it may be. Please keep on asking questions. If the concept is not clear, don't wait for the end that okay, once the topic is over, then I will ask. No, stop me then and there and ask the question. Make the session interactive. Okay, you're free to ask question at any point of time. Yeah, one thing is there. Suppose if I am teaching you create statements, syntax, and all those things, and if you want to understand what is count, so that I will not jump. I have certain sequence, so I have to go in that sequence because others they will get confused. Yeah, if you have some confusion in count, and if I'm teaching create now, you can connect with me after class. That okay? Then this is the problem. Or you're working in a project and you're facing problem in some syntax, you can connect with me after class. You can share the code if you want. Okay, we can discuss. But actually what happens, suppose if I'm teaching something create insert or something like this, okay, if you have some confusion in this particular keyword, so the sequence will break, and some of the participants who are very new to the SQL world, they will get confused. So that's what I want to excuse it. Okay, but apart from that, if you're getting stuck at any point of time, please feel free, ask question, stop me anywhere wherever you want. Okay, fine then. So yeah, that's all about me and my principles, how I used to teach. So yeah, so why SQL? Anyone? Why why we need to learn SQL, or why the industry the need for SQL expert? How they get benefited from this? Anyone who wants to add any idea? I'm not telling that tell me the exact answer. Just I wanted to understand what you have prior knowledge on SQL. Why is this required? Don't message. Just speak up. Please skip. Yeah, speak up, guys.
Manipulate the data from structured database.
Oh, perfect. To manipulate the data or to extract the data, correct?
Yes.
Some noise is coming. Yeah. So to fetch the data. So overall, suppose if you're working in any project, okay, Or take a very simple example. We all are working in, we all were studying in school or colleges, right? Suppose if someone is studying in BTech college. So what happens in any particular BTech college, engineering college, you will be having a lot of branches, 5, 6, 10 branches will be there. Many students will be there. Suppose the principal of that college, he wants to know that who is the topper of a particular branch, correct? So he has to fetch the data, right? Again, someone wants to know that who is the topper of second semester, who is the topper of a particular subject, okay? Or take an example of e-commerce site, Amazon, Flipkart. So they have to analyze the data. If they want to understand that what was the sales number from Europe region, right? Or suppose if you take at India level, what was the sales number from Chennai? What was the revenue collected from Delhi? How much tax I have paid from some other region, right? So the business, they want this kind of data. Okay. So to get this kind of data, SQL is used. SQL language, it can fetch data for you, whatever you want as per your business requirement. Okay. So that's what nowadays SQL is like a bread and butter if you want to attend any interview, or if you want to go for any job related profile related to IT industry, especially in the data related fields. Okay, that's why if you see, on LinkedIn or any other JD, they will ask that, okay, you should know SQL, because SQL language will help you to fetch. Those who are not speaking, please go on mute. Thank you. So this will help you to fetch data when you have millions of records and all those things. And you can manipulate data, you can update data. We will see all those things. So what is the meaning of manipulation? What is the meaning of updation? How to delete data and all those things we will see. So overall, in a very simple language, SQL is a structured query language, and this will help us to extract the data. Okay, we can extract data as per the business need. That is the benefit of SQL language. Okay, and SQL it stands for a structured query language. Okay, why this is known as a structured, we will discuss all these things. Okay, so just for the timing, understand that SQL stands for a structured query language. Okay, now suppose you have an employee table. Very simple example I'm giving you. You have an employee table. You can take any other table. So for simple case, I'm taking an employee table, and you have employee ID, you have employee name, you have salary, department, age, gender. These are the few examples. Okay. Suppose employee ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Assume age is name is A, B, C, D, E. Salaries, some dummy data I'm giving here. These are the salaries. Okay, department is tech, sales, HR, operations, search. Is 38, 5, 41, 7, 27. Gender is male, female. Okay, so suppose this is a typical table. Okay, in this table, if you see, you have is all informations, employee ID, employee name, salary, department, age, and gender. Okay, these are known as columns. Okay, these are known as columns. So if I will ask you that in this particular employee table, how many columns you have? So this is one column, this is second column, this is third column, this is fourth, fifth, and sixth. So in this particular employee table total, we have 6 columns. Okay, and these are known as rows or records. Okay, this is one record or one row. This is another record. This is third record. This is fourth record. This is fifth record. Okay, so if someone will ask you that how many rows or records are there in this table, so the answer will be 5. Okay, Any questions so far, guys? I know many of you will be knowing all those concepts, but many of our participants are freshers. They don't know anything about SQL. So that's why I'm starting from the scratch. So this table is employee table. Okay, the name is employee table, and just we have taken few examples like employee ID, employee name, salary, department, age, and gender. So these all are known as columns. Okay, so these all are the columns. So in this table, how many columns we have? 6 columns, and these all are rows. Okay, rows are records. So this is the basic structure of any table, and we can store data here. Any question? No questions. Okay. If I will ask you that, tell me the employee name who is working in HR department. So what will be your answer?
C.
HR department employee name, not title.
Employee name is C.
C, correct. So you can tell that, okay, Tanvir, employee name is C, he's working in HR department, correct. Okay, if I will ask you that, what is the age of employee D?
37.
37, right. So very simple question, simple answer. Now, this is the use of SQL. Okay, as per the business, it will give you the value. Suppose if I will ask you, what is the total salary of all the employee? So what you will do, you will add all these values, correct? And then you can tell me the total value is 510. Is that clear? Now, suppose if I will ask you, how many male employees are there?
3.
3. How many female employees are there?
2.
2. How many employees are there with age greater than 40?
Only one.
1.
Only one. So these are few of the business cases. Okay, whether you're working on employee database or you're working in sales team, you're working for revenue team. Okay, it can be anything. There's just a simple example I'm showing you. Now the question is, you can ask a question like, okay, fine, Tanvir, these all you told like these all are the use cases, business use cases. So just looking at the table, I have given the answer for all the questions what you have asked. Then why SQL? Why should I take the help of SQL? Any answers?
If you have a larger database, it is difficult to arrive this solution. Say, for example, if you are having thousands of records in which you are asking how many males are there, how many females are there, it is difficult to calculate. So that only we are using a SQL.
Perfect. So here I have shown you only 5 records, 5 rows. Okay, so it is simple. Just looking at this, you can tell me. But assume you're working in a project where you have 12 millions, 15 millions records. Do you think is it possible for you to just scan it and you will give me the answer? It's nearly impossible, right? So that's what we will use SQL. That's the reason we use SQL. So when you have huge volume of data, and here I have shown you only 6 columns. But in real, when you are working in project, you might be having 20 columns, 30 columns, 50 columns. There are no limitations on that. So it becomes very difficult, right? So in those scenarios, SQL language will help you. So whatever your business use case is, whatever information you want from the data, it will fetch you. So this is the benefit of SQL. And from that, you can do the analysis that how your business is performing, how it is working. Okay. Any questions so far? No questions. Fine. So that was all about the basics of what I can tell SQL. Let's start with creating a table first. Fine. So
before proceeding into, can you please explain which software or which online software where we can use for writing all these queries?
Yeah,
which platform?
That's what I'm saying. So this is Oracle Live SQL. Just on Google, type Oracle Live SQL. You can see this. Just type this one in Google. Okay. Just you have to type this. A new page will be open. You have to create your account. Just write your name, email ID, and you can give any dummy password. Okay. And then new account will be created. And just you have to log in with that. This page will be open and you can work on this. Very simple. Okay. And this works on the Oracle platform. Then you have this platform. This is from Microsoft. This is Microsoft SQL Server. I will share the link how to download this. You can download this as well. It is totally your wish. You want to practice on Microsoft platform or Oracle platform or any other platform. Even you will see many online editors are there. Suppose if you will go on W3 schools, type W3 schools SQL in Google. Okay. And they will also provide a platform. You can practice SQL there as well. It's totally your wish. You have many other sites, SQLite and Tutorials Point also provide this SQL platform you can practice. But generally in my class, I prefer Oracle and Microsoft because these two are the very frequently used. Okay. But it's totally your wish. Whatever you want, you can use. Okay. It's not, I'm not telling any restriction that no, you can practice only on Oracle, you can practice only on Microsoft. You can practice wherever you want. 99% of the syntax will be exactly same. Only 1% difference will be there, that I will tell you. Okay, so any question on the platform wise? Okay, that's very simple. So better I will suggest go for this Oracle Live SQL, Google Oracle Live SQL, and the new page will be open. Create your account, very simple process, and then they will give you access. Okay, and daily you have to log in through that account only. One thing, once you are done with all this practice, so copy this in a notepad or sheet, because after some time, if you're keeping it idle for 20 minutes, half an hour, the session will get disconnected. And then again, you have to connect it. Okay. Any question, guys? Is it clear?
Can you repeat the last sentence?
It's sure. See, this is the editor that here you can practice your SQL queries. Okay. Now, the platform is provided by Oracle, and you have one more vendor, Microsoft. This is the Microsoft platform where you can practice your SQL queries. You can see I've written many SQL queries here. I'm practicing it. Okay. I can see. Guys, please don't message. You ask. Okay, it becomes difficult to answer a message. Okay. So yeah, Govindra, it can handle, that is not a problem. But this is open source. It will not handle huge volume of data. But so far, I have not found any restriction. Okay. But as far as volume of data is concerned, you should not bother here. Okay. So you can practice either on Microsoft, this platform. I will share the link how to download it. Okay. Or you can practice on Oracle platform. To practice on Oracle platform, it's very simple. Google Oracle Live SQL. Okay, Google it. A new page will be open. Create your account. While creating account, they will ask very simple question: your name, email ID, and all those things. Okay. And then they will create an account for you. You have to remember your user ID and password. That's all. And next time when you want to log in, go to that Oracle Live SQL, give your user ID, password, and this new page will be open. So just start writing your queries here. Is that clear? Any questions?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Fine. So, okay. So let's start with this. So the first of all, we will create table. I will show you how to create table. Why? Because before writing queries, you should have data, right? This is the data. So that's why before writing queries, first of all, you have to create a table, correct? If you want to stay, first of all, you have to construct a house, correct? No, or you have to rent a house. So that's why in SQL world or database world, this table is a house. Okay, so that's why first of all, I'm creating a table. So this is the syntax to create a table. Now, before that, let's try to understand what all things I have used here. First of all, I have used create. You can see I've written create here. This is reserved keyword in SQL. In SQL, you have two types of keywords. One is reserved keywords, and the other is user defined keywords. Okay. Reserved keywords are those keywords which is used by SQL engine you should not use it for your own purpose. SQL has a specific meaning of that. Okay. Suppose if you go to mall, you will see that somewhere it will be written like reserved parking. So what it mean? Can you park your car there? No, right? Because that has, yeah. So that has been reserved for someone, like maybe the manager of that mall, or maybe some big shot guys, right? So that's why you should not park your car there. Similarly, if you go to a restaurant, you will find that some table it will mention that reserved. So maybe that someone has booked that table. So similarly, in SQL world, generally you have two kinds of keywords. One is the reserved and the other is user defined. Reserved keywords are those keywords which SQL engine have a specific meaning. Okay, so like here, this create, this is a reserved keyword because SQL engine has a specific meaning for this. Moment you will write create, the SQL engine will understand that the user wants to create something. Okay. Now after this, you have written table. This is also reserved keyword. It means SQL engine have some specific meaning. It's a code word. Okay, understand like this is a code word. So you will write table. So SQL engine will understand from these two words only that, okay, user wants to create a table. Okay. Then after that, what I have written? Employee. So this is user defined keyword. User defined keyword means it is totally your wish. It is totally your wish. What is the name of table? You can create any name. That is totally your wish. Suppose your house name. You can keep any name, right? There is no rules and regulations. Similarly, this employee name, if you want to keep a student, you can keep a student name. If you want to keep Tanveer, that's fine. No issues. So this is known as user defined. Means user have all the freedom to keep the name whatever he or she wants. Any questions so far?
Is reserved keywords or user defined keywords are case sensitive?
Okay, I was coming to this. Reserved keywords and user defined keywords are not case sensitive. Okay, now what is the meaning of case sensitive? Case sensitive means here imply I have written all in uppercase, correct? If you want, you can write this as in lowercase, your wish. SQL is not like Python or Unix or many other programming languages where it is case sensitive. It is not case sensitive. It is case sensitive with data. I will show you that. So I'm not going to the data part as of now, but as far as reserved keywords and user defined keywords are concerned, SQL is not case sensitive. This is again a very common interview question for the freshers. Please make a note, okay? You can write in whatever case you want, uppercase, lowercase, camel case, mixed case, whatever you want to write. I will show you all those examples as well, okay? Practice it. Similarly, this table, I have written in uppercase. If you want, you can write this in lowercase. Your wish. Okay, hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will show you all this with proof. Okay, that how it is. So any question in this first line? So in this first line, what I am trying to do is I'm creating a table, and the name of the table is employee. In this first line, the first two words create and table are reserved keywords. Reserved keywords are those keywords which SQL word have a specific or a special meaning. Okay, or in layman terms, you can understand that they are the code words for the SQL world. Okay. Third one, employee. This is user defined because this is the name of the table which you want to create, and you have all the freedom. No one is going to stop you. Okay, whatever name you want, you can keep it here. Few restrictions are there. I will tell you that, but for the time being, assume that you can create this with whatever name you want. any question on this first line. And these are the basics. If you're not clear with this, down the line, you'll think that a SQL is tough. So that's why if you have any question, please ask. Okay. After this, you have to open bracket, okay? And then you have to write column name. So, or let's do one thing. Let me take this example. So what was the first column name? Employee ID, right? First column name is employee ID. Okay. What is second column name? Employee name. Third column name, salary. Fourth column name, department. Fifth column name, age. Sixth column name, gender. Now tell me, these words are reserved or user defined?
User defined.
User defined. User have all the freedom to keep the name whatever they want. Like parents, they have all the freedom to keep the name of their child whatever they want, right? Similarly, this column names are user defined. Now, few restrictions are there. I will tell you down the line. Okay, these all are user defined. Suppose you want to keep this name as name only. You can keep it name only here. Okay. Fine. Any questions so far? So from this, I'm telling to SQL that SQL, I want to create a table whose name is employee. And in this table, I have these columns. How many columns we have here? 6 columns, right? Is there any restriction on the number of columns?
No.
No restriction. You can create 10 columns, 20 columns, 50 columns, 100 columns, your wish. That depends on the business use case. That depends on the project requirement in which you are working. But if someone is asking you this question, especially to freshers, they will ask this kind of questions to confuse you. That is there any restriction on the number of columns? So no, there is no restriction. Okay, fine. So let me execute this and let's see what is happening here. Missing right parenthesis. I got some error message. Okay, some error message is coming. What is the meaning of this? We'll discuss, but some error message is here. Why this error message is here? I have created these columns, right? But I have not mentioned the data type. But I have not mentioned the data type, right? What happens in SQL world? Whenever you are creating a column, like if you see this example, these all are numbers, right? Employee is having all values as numbers, correct? Employee name, all are like characters. Salary, all are numbers. Department, all are string. Age, all are numbers. Gender, all are characters. Suppose you have arranged a party, okay, and you have invited 10 friends. Out of 10 friends, few of them eat veg and few of them will prefer non-veg. So how you will arrange it? Come on, who will tell me? How you will manage? How many veg plates you will arrange and how many non-veg plates you will arrange? I asked a question. Come on.
So we will ask the individuals what is their preference. We'll take a note and
Perfect.
see the count.
Perfect. Very good. You will ask the individual, correct? That okay, you will prefer veg or non-veg. And accordingly, suppose in veg you have 6 and non-veg 4. So 4 of your guests prefer non-veg and 6 will prefer veg. And suppose if you're not asking this, so that will become very difficult for you to manage because you never know how many of them will prefer veg and non-veg. Similarly, when you are creating a table, so you have to mention this, that these columns, they will take numbers or they will take characters or they will take the string. Okay, so that's what you have to mention. If I will write int here, or you can write number as well, your wish. I will tell you the difference between all those things, int number. But down the line, don't go in all those discussions. So if you want to keep it number, you can keep it number, or you want to keep it int, you can keep int your wish. Employee name. So we will use varchar. What is this varchar? We will discuss all these things. But time being, just assume that if it is varchar I have written, so this is whenever you want to store characters or strings, no, you have to use varchar. And this is the length of that. Okay, if it is 50 means it can take 50 characters. Even if it is less than that, that is also fine. Salary. What should be the data type? Number or varchar?
Number.
Very good. Varchar full form is variable character. We will discuss in detail. Don't think about all those data type right now. Okay. Department. What should be the data type?
Varchar.
Varchar. Very good. Age.
Number.
Number. Gender. Varchar.
Yeah, varchar.
Varchar. Okay. Now all these columns I have mentioned their preference, number, varchar, what you are admitting, and then after that you have to give comma. This is very simple. Now, any question, guys, on this? Please ask me if you have any questions. No questions.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, can you, I mean, it's going okay, sir, but can you make it visible a little bit lower to, I mean, at the other end,
Okay.
it's a little dotted kind of, I mean, it's little very minute, sir.
Okay, it's not visible.
No, it's okay.
How
It's
is
visible,
it
sir,
now?
but it's little,
How is it now?
now
Sure.
maybe possible little percentage more could be better, and we can freeze it once. Okay, sir, it's little, I mean, it's possible. I don't know, Zoom allows it. If it's little minute, sir, that is I mean,
How is it now?
like if you try. Yeah, it is okay, sir. I can manage. We can see, sir. It's okay, sir.
Fine. And you can call me Tanveer. Okay, everyone. Fine. So I'm creating this. I'm running this. Okay. Name is already used by an existing object. Is throwing this error message. Name is already used by an existing object. See, what is the problem? Why we got this error message? I am trying to create a table with the name employee, but already in the database, someone has created a table with the name employee, and that is why SQL engine is throwing this error message. So what you understood? In database, you cannot create two tables with the same name. Is that clear? In database, you cannot create two tables with the same name. Fine. So that's why this error message is coming. So it means someone has created the table earlier with the name employee. Now what to do? What shall I do then?
We got to change the name.
We have to change the name, right? Suppose I will change the name as, I will keep only one. Okay, I've changed the name. Let's try to create again. Table created. Is this clear? Any questions? Any question, guys?
No.
No. Okay. You can ask a question. Suppose earlier I was trying to create a table with the name employee, right? This one. And when I was trying to create, it just thrown error message that name is already used when existing object, correct? Then someone told me that
Sir,
Tanvi,
excuse me. Tanvir,
Yeah.
sir. Tanvir,
Yeah.
Mr. Tanvir.
Mhm.
Beforehand itself, we can't know whether the employee is there because already we spent so much time creating employee and all that. So if we had known it prior that, okay, already this thing is there, we cannot create like that because all our effort is getting time, this thing, time consumption.
Yeah,
So
I'm
create table,
coming on that. I'm coming on that. Yeah, yeah. Your valid concern, valid concern. I will come to that. So I was trying to create employee table, okay, and we got this error message, and we understood that okay, in a database we cannot create two tables with the same name, correct? And someone told me that let's change the name. Okay, I have changed the name and I have shown you that now the table is created, correct? So far so good. Any questions? But suppose the requirement in your project is that no, I want the table name to be this only. Okay, suppose your manager is not compromising. He is telling that no, I want to create a table with this name only, boss. Do whatever you want. If this is the requirement, then what you can do? In this case, what you have to do is you have to delete the previous table with the name employee. Okay. You have to delete the previous table which is existing in the database with the name employee. You have to delete it and then you can create this employee table. Is this clear?
And a question here.
Mhm.
So before deleting the existing table,
Mhm.
can we go and see what is a table exists in the database?
Oh. Yeah, good question. And of course that we do blindly. We cannot delete any table because we have a number of data. Some confidential data will be there, some critical data will be there. You cannot delete it. But I am telling you the solution, that these all are the solution. Okay. Now the question is that I want to check that okay, in my previous table employee, what all data I have. So you have a keyword for that, DSC. DSC means describe. Okay, an employee. So just you execute this and this will show you the structure of that table. Now you can see here earlier in this table employee, someone has split it, and in this table three columns are there. Employee ID is the first column, and then we have first name as a column and last name as a column. Don't bother about this null, not null, and all these things. Okay, we will discuss all these things down the line. So with the help of this describe keyword, you can see the structure of your existing table. Okay, have I answered your question?
Yes, Tanvi.
Okay. Now, if you want that, no, Tanvir, I want to see the data. This is just a structure you're showing. No, I want to see the data. So if you want to see the data, you can write this query, select a star from employee. We will discuss all these things in detail. Okay. So if you will execute this, it will show you the data which is present in this table. No data found because in this table, there is no data. Okay. So let's come back to our original discussion. We were discussing that I want to create a table employee, and what happens if the table is already present in the database, correct? So there are few, okay. One of the solution is someone told me that, okay, then we change the name of the table. And that was a good suggestion. And I have shown you that I have changed the name and table was created, correct? But now the requirement is your manager is telling that no, I will not allow you to change the name. I want you to create a table with this name only. Okay. Now here's a compulsion. Your manager or the business stakeholders, they're telling that no, I want to create with this name only. So what you have to do now? So in this case, first of all, you have to delete the old table with the same name, and then you can create this table. That is a different topic of discussion. That why that how I can delete the old table and all those things. Okay, that's totally different thing. Okay, so for that we'll discuss how to do all those things. So now the question is how to delete the old table. So for that you have a keyword drop.
Tanvir, is deleting is the only solution?
Deleting is the only solution. No, that is one of the solution. That is one of the solutions. See, first solution is to change the name. Second solution is to delete the table. That totally depends on your project requirement, which one you want. Okay, suppose if you want to change the name of this new table and if there is no concern, so I will suggest that you can do this. Change the name and you create a table with this name. But suppose if the requirement is that no, I want to create a new table with this name only. So in that you have to delete the earlier table. That's the only solution. Okay, have I answered your question?
Yes, yes.
That totally depends on your project use case. I'm not telling that always you should delete. No, if you are changing the name and if it is working, your manager is convinced, your business stakeholders is convinced, so you can change the name. Okay. Now the question is that I want to delete the existing table. So for that we have to use this keyword drop table. Write the table name employee. So here the moment you will write drop, this is a reserved keyword and your SQL engine will understand that the user wants to drop something. So you have written table. So the SQL engine will understand that, okay, user wants to drop a table. Then it will ask you which table you want to drop. So you have mentioned employee. The SQL engine will search for this employee table in the entire database and then it will delete it. Let me execute this. Table dropped or deleted. So this existing table, the existing table with the name employee is dropped now. If you want to verify, if you want to check that whether it is dropped or not, so again execute this describe employee. Okay. Now if you execute this again, it is telling that object employee does not exist. Why? Because right now you have deleted this table. Is this clear? Any question?
Yeah. So, and dropping the employee table means the data connected to the table also will get deleted.
Deleted. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. So, so instead of dropping, we can also rename the existing table, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Good one. Good thought. You can rename the existing. Very good. You can do that as well. You can rename the existing table. We will see that how to rename.
Okay.
We have alter command. We can rename that. Okay. That is there in my agenda. But very good solution. We can do that as well.
Okay. Thank you.
And yes, if you are
Tanvir, one more question that
Yeah.
if by mistake you drop the table and you realize that that table has contained like useful information, so can we have a solution to recover the table?
Yeah,
Later
you
on?
have you have two options of commit and rollback. Again, that we will discuss. So once you have executed a command and you have not committed it, okay, suppose you are doing a payment on UPI ID, again all the entries, amount, everything, and till now you have not given your UPI password, so that the transaction will not be over. So similarly here you have commit and rollback. So after this, if I have not committed this, so I can roll back. Okay, it means I can get the data again. But if you have committed, so the data will be deleted, dropped. In that case, you have to connect with the DBA of your project, database administrator. Maybe they can help you. But you have to be very alert. Don't use this drop. This is very dangerous keyword. By mistake, if you're dropping a table, and suppose if there is no mechanism in your project to recover that, so that will be a tough situation. So that's why don't drop in a table here and there. You have to be very careful. And in your project, all the project members will not be having access to that as well. Very few will be having access to this. Have I answered the question?
I got that. I got that.
Perfect. Any other question, guys? Okay, so these are the few ways you can delete and you can check. And of course, if you are dropping a table, so of course the data will also be deleted. It's like you are what you can say, you are collapsing a building. So like you have to make clear that there will be no tenants, so no one staying there, right? Now, if you want, you can create this table employee. Now let me show you. Table is created. Why? Because now we have dropped the existing table with the same name. Okay, table is created now. Now you can ask me that, okay, Tanvir, you are showing that table is created, but prove it. How? I am not convinced. Yeah, show me. Okay, so whenever you want to see the structure of a table, okay, structure means what all columns it have, what are the data types it has, you have to use this keyword DESC. DESC means describe. Okay, describe and then the table name. That's all. The moment you will write DESC, your SQL engine will understand that, okay, user is asking to describe something. So what user is asking to describe? The table name employee. Let's execute this. You can see here all the columns are there. You have created with employee ID. Employee ID is coming here. You have created a column with name, employee name. So you have this employee name column here, correct? So all the columns, whatever you have created, salary, department, age, gender, all must be present here. All are present here. It means table has been created. Now,
One question here.
yeah.
You have mentioned as varchar 50, but here it is coming as a varchar 2.
This I have not. I will discuss that. I will not come here. No? I will come to this. I will discuss that part. Okay. So first of all, you validate that all the columns are there or not. So all the columns are here. Even if any one column is missing, that's a defect. That's an issue. You have to find the reason why it is missing. Then again, you have to create a table. Okay. So first of all, you have 6 columns. All the columns are present here, guys. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have a question. This employee ID I have written in lowercase, correct? But here it is coming in uppercase. Is that an issue? Is that
Everything is in the uppercase.
Don't get confused with all those things. SQL engine will show you most of the things in uppercase, or whether it is showing in lowercase. Don't bother about that. Case does not matter in SQL world. Where it matters, I will show you that. But as far as reserved keywords are concerned, user-defined keywords are concerned, SQL and SQL world case does not matter. So don't apply your brain thinking in all those stuffs. Okay. Now after this, you have a next information null.
Tanvir, I have one question.
Yeah.
In case if I want to be create a employee ID as employee space ID, how will you create the same?
Just write employee. That's all.
No, instead of putting underscore, I want to be with the space, whether I can create it or not.
This you cannot create. Very good question. So always there must be some relation. Either you keep it like this or like this. If you're keeping a space in between, that will throw error message. Like if I will try to create like this will throw error message.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So that's why you'll see in all this, there's no spaces in the name, right? But you try this, okay? After class, you try this, verify that.
Sure.
Guys, okay, perfect. Guys, see, whatever I'm teaching, it is only 5%. Okay, 95% is your effort. daily at least spend 2 hours after SQL class. If you're really interested, okay, at least spend 2 hours. 1 hour is to go through my lecture again, revise it, and 1 hour at least to work on the assignments. Okay, that is for your sake I'm telling. And at the end, don't give me excuses that Tanvir, I was very much occupied. Project work was there. I don't want to listen on to all those concerns. Okay. Fine then. So the next is null. So we will discuss what is this null, why it is blank here. So we'll discuss these things. Okay. After that, this is type. Type means data type. I have not taught data type now. That is again different topic. We will discuss in detail what is data type, what are the different data types, and all many other things are there. Okay. You have mentioned employee ID as number. It is coming as number here. This is well and good. Employee name is varchar, and it is coming here as varchar2 and 50. 50 is the size. It means this employee name, if you want to store any string which is of more than 50 characters, it will not accept it. It is the size. Suppose you have invited 10 friends in a party. So you will keep only 10 chairs. Or you are going for a movie, and if you have purchased 5 tickets, so at the counter the guard will allow only 5 members, right? It is like that only. If you 50 means we have a space for 50 characters. If you are trying to insert a name which is of more than 50 characters, this will not accept it. It will throw error message. Okay. Now the question is why 2 is coming here, but 2 is not mentioned here. Actually, varchar2 is the data type of Oracle. But if you're working in Microsoft, varchar2 will not come into picture.
Tanvir, your voice is breaking. We could not able to hear you properly.
Voice is breaking. Still
Hello?
it is breaking? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 minute. Let me check.
Yeah.
How it is now? It's still breaking?
Little bit.
Okay, how
Hello?
it is now, guys? Still it's breaking?
Yeah. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, so do let me know if you think if it is breaking. Okay, immediately. I forgot where
Again,
I
it's
was.
breaking, yeah.
Again, it's breaking. It's breaking
Now
for
it's
everyone.
okay.
Okay, it's breaking for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
It was breaking.
Yes.
Now it's good.
Okay, now it's fine. Okay. Okay, fine. So again, if it is breaking, do let me know. Okay, I will try to connect again then. So where I was, what I was teaching. Okay, yeah. So let me varchar2, correct. Yeah. So the question is that in employee name, we have used here varchar. But why it is showing as varchar2? The reason is earlier Oracle accepts both varchar and varchar2. Means if you want to write varchar, you can write varchar. If you want to write varchar2, you can write varchar2. That is totally your wish. And you please try this after class. Okay, your wish. Suppose I want to keep here varchar2, I can keep varchar2. Or if you want to keep varchar only, varchar only. Okay, your wish.
Tanvir, sorry to interrupt. Again, we are facing the same issue here. Can we reconnect it?
Again, it is breaking. It's breaking for everyone, guys.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it is.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Network is good. What is breaking? Check it out. Okay. How is it fine? How is it now? Can you please confirm? How is it now, guys? Still breaking?
Still breaking.
Still
Yeah.
breaking. Let me change the connection then. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, I will try to change the connections this time. Hold on for a minute. Check what's the problem.
Am I audible now? Hello. Yeah, how is it now? I'm audible now?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes,
I'm
good.
audible now, guys. Is my voice audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good, good.
Can anyone please confirm? Hello.
Yeah, Tanvir, it's fine now.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear now as of now.
I
Tanvir.
cannot
Yeah, Tanvir, I think we are able to
but
hear
sorry,
you, but
your
you are
voice,
not
I
able to
cannot
hear
hear
us.
anyone. You're on mute.
Hello?
I'm not on mute.
Yeah, Tanvir.
I'm on mute.
Hello?
Okay, I'm audible, but I
Yeah.
cannot hear your voice. I cannot hear anyone.
Yeah, Tanvir, we can able to hear you.
1 minute.
Yeah, we can hear.
Oh, okay, fine. I've changed that connection. Fine. Then. Let me share my screen now. How is it now? How is the voice now? Is it
Yeah,
audible
now it's
now?
okay. Now it's okay.
Yeah, change the connection. Let's see. Fine then. So fine. So varchar, even if you're using varchar or varchar2, your Oracle will show this as varchar2 because varchar2 is now the official data type of Oracle. They have announced that they will be using varchar2, but for the time being, you can use varchar or varchar2, whatever you want. That's not a concern. Okay. So any question on this? Any question, guys? Is this clear or anything you want me to repeat?
No, Tanvir, we are clear.
Fine. So far we have seen how to create a table. We have seen what are the reserved keywords, what are the user defined keywords. Okay. And the columns, the data type, and all those things. And I hope it is clear so far. So you have created a table. Now
I
what
have
next?
one doubt.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
So this varchar you have said 50 characters, right? Let's say if some employee names or department name is more than 50 characters. So what happens in that case?
I will show you that. That will show. But yeah, if that is the case, it will not accept it, and that record will not be inserted. I will show you those examples. Okay. Any other questions? Any other question, or we are all? Okay. So I was telling, any other question, guys? No.
Not at the moment, Tanvi.
Okay, perfect. So it's almost 8:01 now. Okay. And I know many of you will be having your official task as well. So we will close it here. And from tomorrow, we will see how to insert data into this. And further, we'll start querying this. Okay. So fine then, guys, I will share the recording and then we'll connect tomorrow at the same time. Okay. Thank you for attending to this class. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Tanvir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
This
Bye.
meeting is being recorded.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.